it has had a very remarkable impact on not only my stress levels, but my mental attitude. Stress is self-inflicted, and I'll continue to use that technique, probably for the rest of my life. Just, put it into practice to help me relax, help me sleep, and be grateful. Be grateful that you're alive, that you're have so many loved ones around you, and that there are people who care about you, and take the time for yourself. And I think that's what people really need to do more often is take the time for themselves. If you truly are stressed all the time and you're looking for ways to help yourself, then give it a chance, give it a try.
Hi, thanks for tuning in and listening to Keith. Even though he claims not to be a yogi, I find some of the knowledge he's dropping super valuable and has some really deep insights that just come from living a long time on Earth and having a lot of lessons to share. So, I had a few questions I wanted to ask, and then we'll go into anything else you want to kind of share or elaborate on.
Okay.
Would be great.
What made me want to do it was I felt that I needed some tools to help me deal with the stress in my life. And you can read all kinds of articles on the internet, but putting it into practice, meeting with someone who can lead you down that path is something that I respond to much better than just reading something.
Absolutely.
And putting it into practice, even if it's just the 6 weeks that we've been doing this, it has had a very remarkable impact on not only my stress levels, but my mental attitude. Just being able to not only deal with things better, but not let them get to me. One of the things I wrote down in an observation this week was that stress is self-inflicted.
Interesting.
We inflict it on ourselves because we worry about things. We let our worries get out of hand. I read somewhere that once that most of the things I worried about never ever happened. And I believe that's so true. Even though it's our nature to worry about things that are sometimes out of our control and sometimes in our control, but we still worry about the outcome of what is going on, what particular tasks that we have ahead of us, or family member needs help, or all the things that come at us from all different directions. If we internalize that worry too much, it just feeds the stress. And I've learned to let things go. Just, hey, you know what? I really don't have any control over that. So what's the point?
How would you describe this program to others?
I would describe it as relaxing or learning.
I have trouble with it too. That's why I asked.
That's a very good question. Of course, I came in with intrepidation, not knowing what exactly to expect. I'm not a yoga practitioner. I really didn't have any idea of what your program was all about. So I just came in with an open mind, and I've kept an open mind throughout the whole process, and because I've kept an open mind, I think it's really benefited me greatly.
Agreed. Yeah. I think you nailed it there. I mean, both in like the worries about stuff and like the amount of control we have over stress in our lives, when we close ourselves down from other options or other ways of thinking, or we get stuck in just the way we always do things, it can really stagnate our growth and our ability to thrive and survive in this world. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's great. What would you say one of the most valuable lessons or techniques that you're taking away from this are? What do you think, 6 weeks from now, what are you still going to be incorporating?
What I'm still going to be incorporating is the breathing techniques. I think that by just focusing on my breathing, it takes my mind out of everything that's going on with it, and it relaxes me. And I'll continue to use that technique, probably for the rest of my life. Just, put it into practice to help me relax, help me sleep. One of the things that I learned was, just taking a second when you arrive somewhere or you have a task set ahead of you, to just kind of reset your brain, and oh, I got this going on, I got that going on, I need to do this, I need to do that. Just focus on the moment, be in the moment, one of the texts that you sent me had quite a bit of information about how to, not only deal with children, but, just to remind yourself, hey, be in the moment, take advantage of what's going on around you, look around, see things through different eyes, practically,
Well, it's funny because my grandparents used to call it stop and smell the roses, right?
Exactly.
And it's not new information for us, but we've somehow forgotten
to put that into practice.
Yeah.
To just, hey, take a second, just, even if it's just, 10 seconds, just to reset your brain and take a look around what's going on around you, and be grateful that you're alive, that you're have so many loved ones around you, and that there are people who care about you, and be appreciative of that. Keep that foremost in your mind, I think. Just remembering that you've made an impact on the world, and the world makes an impact on you.
Yeah.
And you're giving by putting yourself out there in the world, and you're receiving the gifts of others by taking in what they have to offer.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Your favorite part and least favorite part of the program?
As we go through the massage therapy, I can take a second to just shut down everything, shut down everything that is a concern or a worry, and just, enjoy what's going on. Some of the least favorite parts were, manipulating certain nerves in my body. At I don't know if it's my age or what it is, but this body's been through quite an ordeal that I've put it through over 62 years. So, it does get sore, and it does get, inflicts its own kind of pain on me when it doesn't agree with some of the nerve manipulations or muscle manipulations. But, I haven't really experienced a bad soreness afterwards. It's just, at the time, I just kind of feel like, oh, man. But then afterwards, I'm like, oh man, that was, maybe that's what I needed. Maybe there's, some kind of manipulations. I mean, the Eastern philosophies of taking care of oneself mentally and physically are so different from the Western philosophies, and I think that if people really put too much stock in the Western philosophies, they miss out on the tremendous amount of benefits that they can enjoy from the Eastern philosophies. A lot of experience over time, because they have been focused on mental and physical wellness, and I think you got to be open to that. You really need to take that, and take that new door and open it and see what kind of benefits fall out of it, because they do.
Any of those benefits really surprise you, or were you really surprised about anything through this process?
Yeah, I one of the breathing techniques, just how much better it makes me feel, to just kind of, hey, let it go, and just, relax, enjoy. I think that's something that we don't take the time to do for ourselves a lot anymore.
No, we don't.
It just, we're all so busy with our,
We've flipped the value of rest and recovery.
Yes.
And in this country especially, it's 7 days a week.
The demands on our time, the demands on our brains, the demands on, everybody has a want or a need, whether it's an employer or a friend or a family member or somebody else, that has all these wants and needs that we've been trained to try to fulfill no matter what the cost. And sometimes, you lose yourself in that. You don't, take the time for yourself. And I think that's what people really need to do more often, is take the time for themselves,
That's awesome. That's one of my hopes from this whole thing, is that I help expose people to different techniques, different tools to integrate into their lives, and more than that, to shine light on the real value of integrating. We don't need more stuff to do.
Right.
That's the last thing we need, right? But if we can experience some real tangible results from some very simple processes, we're more likely to keep doing them.
And I think that's completely true. The things that you've taught me don't take a lot of time to do. You just need to put them into practice, daily, so that, you can enjoy the rewards of it. If you don't try, you're not going to have benefit at all. You need to be open to what the possibilities are.
Yeah. Great. Any last thought, comment, question, cries of shock?
Philip, I really think you've been great through this whole learning process. You've really helped me tremendously. I've shared some of my issues with you that I've been having to deal with, and I appreciate the support and the tools that you've given me to deal with it, and that's a gift that'll just keep on giving for the rest of my life.
Thank you for saying that and for sharing, and for there's a certain amount of bravery and vulnerability required to come into this place, to someone you don't know, to do something you don't know how to do.
You're exactly
and I just want to acknowledge that in you, that bravery and that
appreciate it.
Willingness, because it's powerful, and that's how great things happen.
Yeah.